Hello, I'm Dynast Amir.
So I reached out to another friend of mine. I said, look, you know, I need to go on vacation somewhere. Where should I go? He said, go to Africa. And not only am I gonna go, I'm going to explore a new country. So I went to Tanzania, South Africa, Namibia, Mali, Senegal, Morocco, Liberia, Namibia, Kenya, the Voodoo Festival in Ouida, Gambia, Togo, Cote d'Ivoire. Sierra Leone, Ghana, Nigeria. It's been a beautiful experience, just learning more about our culture, our indigenous culture. So Uhuru means freedom in Swahili. I'm in search of my roots. In finding that, I would experience my Uhuru, which is freedom. Till next time, Dynast Amir, I'm out.
Up out of Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah. Ever changing. I told y'all the story about how I got hip to him, but I ain't gonna tell you no more. All right, so welcome back to the show. In the studio with me, in the Black Supremacy chair, is cultural activist as well as social media influencer, none other than our dear brother, Dynast Amir.
That is me. That is I. Thank you for having me.
Did I get it right?
Thank you for having me.
Glad you're here.
You got it right.
Man, I pride myself in getting names right, you know, because I like people to, pronounce my shit right.
I also have a real estate company, and I have a tour company as well. So.
Oh, a tour company?
Yeah, in fact, we're leaving tomorrow. I'm taking a group to Sierra Leone.
Oh, leaving
tomorrow morning.
Damn. So obviously travel restrictions are
it's open. Everything's wide open.
Everything's wide open.
Yes, I mean some countries you have to have the VAC, but those are the European countries, and we just passed through there.
Yeah.
But as far as Africa, just proof of
a negative test.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good to go.
Yeah, man. It's time to start moving around again, I guess.
Been time.
Yeah.
The minute they open up, the minute Delta start flying back to Africa, I was on the first thing smoking.
Okay. Yeah. So where do you generally go? You got a particular country you like to go to? Or
Sierra Leone and Nigeria. Those are my two.
Okay.
Those are the two countries that hold citizenship, so that's where
Okay. Are you Nigerian?
Yeah, I'm Nigerian too.
Okay. I see.
Well, we all got that.
Yeah, but
we all got, we all got that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah,
the brother
just
right
like
there.
Yeah, got that. I got that
can
too.
See it, even through the mask. I can see all, we all.
Yeah, I got it. That's what we got, man.
Like I tell people, the minute you arrive at the airport, until you open your mouth, they're not gonna know where you. They gonna think you from there.
Right. Yeah. I don't know, man. When I was in Ghana for a while, and people, people could tell though that they was calling me big man. Big man.
Yeah, big man.
Big man means a person of influence.
Yeah. Give me some small. They wanted the small.
Yeah, and I ain't have no problem with sharing a little small.
Yeah, small. Yeah. Big man. Small. Yeah.
How did you get into being a world traveler, bro?
2011, I was working in corporate America, making that WAP, and a good friend of mine, Fitzgerald Stevens, who actually did a show on this on my YouTube page a couple of days ago. He said, Dynast, take a vacation. Because I was all about work, get that money, work. I'm not taking no breaks, no vacation. He said, take a vacation. So originally I was going to go to Brazil. Like passport, bro. Yeah, you already know what time it is. Yeah. I was going to go to Brazil and have fun.
Man. There's some videos out there y'all don't want to see.
Yeah. I was gonna go to Brazil and have some fun. And then the girl that I was gonna go with, she backed out, said she couldn't come. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to Brazil by myself. So then I called my homeboy.
But actually, you're supposed to go to Brazil by yourself. But go ahead.
Well, see, at the time I didn't know, but at the time, you know, I didn't know that, which is a blessing, because if I would have went by myself, there'll probably be no Africa journey. Right. For real. There probably would be no Africa journey because I'd be in Brazil. Right.
Hey man, and you know, like you get the no, that's in Nigeria. Biafra is in Nigeria. But there's a community, I can't think of the name. Bahia, I think.
Bahia, that's the
Bahia, the original African people.
Well, see, it's interesting. So in Brazil, there are more Yorubas in Brazil than in Nigeria.
Than in Africa, than in Nigeria.
Yeah. Bahia is like Africa of the Western.
Yeah, and that was where I was supposed to be going, man. And the pandemic came. I'm talking about the week of.
Right.
Trip was canceled.
Yeah, and you know, Bahia in Brazil and Bahia, they have the largest black population outside of Africa as well.
Right.
So.
Right. It's there's so much to learn about us, who we are, what we do,
exactly, how
great we are, and you kind of got to get out and go see for yourself, you know.
Exactly.
So as that's the tour piece. What about let's talk about your work as a cultural activist. What do you concentrate on?
Well, it's primarily just. So when I first, back to the story of why I chose Africa or how that happened. So I called another friend once my Brazil plans got thwarted or went in a different direction. I called another friend of mine. I said, hey, I'm taking a vacation. I just need to know, I don't know where to go. He said, go to Tanzania.
Okay, on the east side.
Yeah, on the east side. And I was like, okay. So I started researching Tanzania. And there's an island off the coast of Tanzania called Zanzibar.
Zanzibar, yeah.
At the time, I was living in L.A. There's a club in L.A. called Zanzibar as well.
Okay. Jersey, too.
Yeah, so that was confirmation. Like, that's where you need to go. So I went, and it was just the experience. It changed my life. And so
Zanzibar on the east side, I've never. Beautiful. That's a whole nother different situation in West Africa.
But the thing is, like I said, when I arrived at Zanzibar and I walked out the airport, the Tanzanians, the locals came. They greeted me, started speaking Swahili because they thought I was one of them.
Right.
I just looked at them like, I don't understand. So they start trying to guess where I was from. Like, brother, are you South African? I was like, no.
Okay, I gotta see that.
I was like, no. They're like, are you Nigerian? At the time, I didn't have my citizenship, so I was like, no. Like, brother, where you from? And I told them, I'm from America, I'm Black American. They're like, no. Where are you from?
Right.
And I had to explain to them that because of the slave trade.
Yeah, we don't know no damn better. Yeah.
But that sparked me to start In Search of Uhuru. Meaning it was like my journey to find my roots, discover my African roots.
Okay.
That sparked it. Because when they asked me where I was from, I was like, I don't know. They were like, they just looked at me like I was crazy. You don't know where you from.
Right.
And I had to explain.
That's part of our reality.
Right.
That's part of diasporic Africans' reality.
Right. So
we know we're from Africa. We just don't know where.
No. Exactly. So.
Or we could be indigenous. I mean, we could, but still.
That's another story. Yeah. Very few in between.
Yeah.
Very, very, very few in between. So in that, like, in search of my African roots, like I went on this spiritual and cultural journey, going from country to country, and just discovering and uncovering new cultures and sharing it with the people, and showing everyone the Africa they don't show on TV.
Okay.
You know, changing the misconceptions on Africa.
Right.
from that negative to that a positive one, and encouraging people to go back and experience and enjoy the continent.
Yeah. People, man, it's we got to be very honest and just acknowledge that there has been since the arrival of the European on African soil, there has been a prolonged, protracted propaganda campaign against Africa from the very outset of classifying Africa as the dark continent,
Right.
even to present day what is referred to as poverty porn.
Poverty porn.
When they show the African babies with the flies on them and saying they hungry and send money and
Right.
shit. When at the same time that they're doing that and saying that, European nations live off of African resources.
Right.
It ain't about the money we send to them. It's about all of the resources and the money that they make sure that European and nations in America has. But the propaganda machine twists it and makes it appear that there is nothing worth experiencing in Africa. There's only poverty. There's only flies and little babies that don't have no diapers and shit. And that's ridiculous, but that's what the perception that people have of Africa. And not only whites, but black people as well.
I got the most, when I started traveling to Africa, I got the most pushback from our own people.
Really? What kind of pushback?
What the hell you doing over there?
Yeah.
Like, I remember it was Christmas of 2011, and I was in Serengeti on a safari. And my friend called me, Merry Christmas, where you at? I said, I'm in Africa, in Tanzania. He was kind of like, what the hell are you doing over there? What's over there? Why are you there?
What the hell?
I remember a friend of mine not too long ago, because he's seen all the work I'm doing and the progress I'm making on the continent. He was like, Dynast, I have to admit, at first I thought you was over there scamming in Africa. I'm like, what the where you getting this stuff from? And it just to, Dynast, what's to do over there? Do they got hotels over there? But from our own people.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Do they got hotels over there?
But we got to be clear. They got it's the whole thing. It's everything from real impoverishment to absolute luxury.
Same thing in Atlanta.
Exactly.
Same thing in Atlanta.
Exactly. You're exactly correct.
All right.
Yeah. So people need to just understand that people wherever we go and keep
But
on.
what's crazy, just recently, like in the last couple of years, and especially like this year and last year, those same people who were like, Dynast, what the hell are you doing in Africa? They're like, Dynast, you've opened up my eyes to Africa.
Oh, of course. One of the things, and it's clear, as a cultural activist, one of the things that has transpired, particularly in the wake of the George Floyd murder,
Right.
is that black people began to look inward, and interest in Africa has become more intense as it relates to black people. Because black people really thinking about trying to find someplace else to go other than be here.
Right.
Like to live.
Right.
Because it's insanity. You fear for your children, you fear for your own life, and it's a constantly being pummeled with just bullshit and propaganda. So it's tough to see through it all. But just like we say it's poverty and luxury in Atlanta, just like it is on the African continent, you also got to contend with neocolonialism and with elitist black people who undermine the progress of their own people. I mean, you got people who are just as greedy on the African continent as they are here in the U.S. Right. And just like in the U.S., the masses of people do suffer because they don't get a chance to come to the table with those who consider themselves elite or big men, or
Right.
Because one of the things that like turned me off, I stayed like 3 weeks in Ghana, educational journey, and spiritual journey. I went and I preached, I lectured, and did some more stuff, and kicked it. And the feeling that I got by from people who were in the quote servant class unquote, that shit didn't make me feel good, bro. That made me feel. I guess I'm anti-hierarchy. Okay. I don't like hierarchy, and I don't like when people settle for perceiving themselves as less than someone else. Okay. That shit is bothersome to me, and I noticed that being prevalent on the continent, and it was something that, you know, I had to kind of struggle with.
Type of way.
Yeah.
Did you feel a type of way?
Yeah.
No, but again, and just circling back, so it's just funny now, the responses I get from everything I'm doing on the continent. It's like, man, like, so the same people that are like, what the hell are you doing over there? Is you scamming over there? Do they got hotels over there? You know, is there lions running around in the middle of the streets?
Like the lion's gonna eat you.
Yeah, the lion's gonna eat you up when you arrive to the airport. You know, there's little kids running around with AK-47s. Is there a war going on? Is this safe?
Right. And it depends on where you go.
Yeah, those people, you know, those people are now saying, "Man, Dynast, you know, you're inspiring me to, you know, take a look at the continent." And I appreciate everything you're doing, Dynast. So
yeah, Dynast, you know, you're a world traveler, and how do you record your experiences? Do you write, or do you do photographs or pics? How do you like?
So everything. So photographs, pictures on my Instagram, Facebook page, Prince Dynast Amir. On my YouTube page, Search for Uhuru, all one phrase, Search for Uhuru. All of my videos are there. Yeah, and then I'm also working on a documentary which will be out Q1 of next year.
Okay. Yeah. That's dope. You got a title for it yet?
It's going to be In Search of Uhuru, one man search to cover his African roots. That's more than likely that's going to be the title.
Which leads us to another one of your areas of interest, which is you're a social media influencer. I've never met a social media influencer before. Talk to me about.
I didn't know that was like. I mean, I just have a social media page, and I guess I influence people, but I didn't know. You know, I didn't know that was like my title.
But you know, it's some
I
people.
Didn't know that was my title. I just.
It's some people that just sit around
you know,
all day with their camera or with their cell phone and do like this, you know,
and get paid.
And get paid like a mug.
Yeah.
So I mean, I thought that's how you was getting down, bro.
Nah, not like that. I mean, I'm on social media. Could be a little more active, but you know, the title social media influencer. See, when you say you're a social media influencer, I look at it, if you have like a title, it's like how you make your money. That's how you make your bread. And my main sources of income are my tours and real estate, and I just use the social media to funnel people.
So let's get into that a little bit, since we chopping it up. What's crack-a-lacking with the real estate? I mean, people who got it, they good, but you know, trying to get in that game is tough like nails right now.
Well, this is the thing. We're in Pittsburgh, right?
Right.
They were giving houses away not too long ago. We didn't want them. Now
I can't. That is news to me, and I've been.
Are you from here?
I've been in Pittsburgh. No, I've been in Atlanta 22 years.
That's news to you.
I've been in Pittsburgh right here for the last 5 years. We came in looking. We would scour up and down the streets looking for houses. I don't know how they say they were giving them away. We were actively looking.
Let me
right?
say this from 2012, like after like all the shakeout from the crash in 08, 2011 to about 2013. They were, I mean.
Well, okay, that was before we were over here.
I mean,
it was starting to.
You could have came to Pittsburgh with $10,000 and got something.
Well, when we got here, like we got in this space for what we got in it for. We was trying to buy the house next door. It was, and we got outbid at like it was like $16,000.
Yeah, right? That's what I'm saying. That's nothing.
And we got outbid And then when we went to try to see if we could, because we tried to do it, and we went to the guy who bought it, and he was like, "Yeah, you can buy it 64 grand."
Should have took it because that now is worth
it's
300K.
They getting 300 for it.
300 easy.
Yeah. It just went like that.
Yeah.
But again, for people in the community, while you living in it real time, it wasn't the same experience for people who are investors and are in the market and who get that news and who get that line and who are exposed to that information.
Right.
Everybody isn't. That's what makes America work. We only share information with a privileged few.
Right.
I mean, so yeah, that's what.
Yeah, well, they've been
down.
announcing they've been talking about the Beltline for years now.
Yeah, they have.
That was the news.
Mm-hmm.
Beltline.
Mm-hmm.
And that came, and it's a reality now. So that's why everything is. They got the up here on what main street is this?
University.
University. They have the but is University in what? What's the
7585? I mean, or what? Oh, you talking about Ira? Ira at University?
So Ira dead ends into that new
into the Pittsburgh Yards.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh
is that
Yards.
University of Pittsburgh Yards?
That's University. Yeah.
I mean, look at that. Wait till that's done.
Excuse me, it is done.
Is the restaurants and everything open inside?
Not everything,
yeah,
but it's
not open yet.
But even on top of that, though, again, for people in the community, that place is inaccessible. It's inaccessible. And even though they would say, okay, when they first started, you come out and you can and work on this building and be a part of it. Yeah, but you got to have a clean piss test. Who in Pittsburgh got a clean piss test? You know, so what you're doing is you saying you invited to come, but at the same time placing stipulations that preclude people from being able to engage. You know, and I'm saying this at the same time where you got damn marijuana shops popping up on every damn corner.
Right,
you can't use that to preclude people to take part in the process and act like that's fair and cool.
I understand, but you know, you having a clean piss test versus not having a clean piss test, that's a choice.
Well, it might be to some people. See, that's why I love living in this community and being a part of it, because what I do is I listen to people's stories, and I come to understand how and why people function like they function in the community. When one is not familiar with the people and the narratives, then yeah, it's as simple as it's your choice to have a clean or a dirty piss test. No, it's much more complex than that. Indeed, much more complex than that.
Well, see, the reason why I disagree, because I know plenty of people who came from Pittsburgh-like communities who got clean piss tests.
Okay, well, that's good. I just know a whole lot who couldn't give you one of them to save their life. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And I'm clear as well that is that was put up, that stipulation was put up in order to eliminate a certain amount of people from the process. This is capitalism. It's straight capitalism. In capitalism, X number of people are automatically eliminated from the process. That's how the system is set up. And it would be fair if X stayed X and unidentified. But no, X is identified. It's black people. We are the people who are going to be purposely eliminated from the process. And then people will say, oh, we didn't eliminate you from the process. You had just as much opportunity as anybody else. But everybody know that that's a damn lie, because ain't shit fair and equal and equally accessible in this country at all. You know, and anywhere else. So to say that is just not. It's just not true, in my view.
Okay.
Yeah.
We could do another show on that.
We can do another show on that.
I just, you know, when you say, it just, to me, it sounds like you're saying that black people don't have enough self-will to not have clean piss tests.
No, what I'm saying is that many people are ill and are in need of healing, and no, it makes no difference if there are certain people who have resolve or the will. You know, you sleeping outside, you're sleeping in an abando, your mama, your daddy shot your mama. I mean, hell, it's so many multiplicity of rationale as to why people need to medicate themselves, and who are not able to go to the doctor in Buckhead and get a Xanax prescription or whatever. People use what they got at their fingertips in order to alleviate some of the pain that they're experiencing. That's from my from my perspective. Right. I'm sure your perspective is from that of a businessman, but mine is from the perspective of a pastor and somebody who love people who be struggling and suffering.
No, I get it. It's just, if you zoom out, then okay, that person needs to self-medicate themselves. Mm-hmm. Then why is this man on a corner selling this person the self-medication? Because I promise you, the person that's selling them whatever they're using in self-medication could care less about them. It's the only thing they care about is getting that money. So it's just, instead of saying, you know what, you need help,
or they might care about
sell this to you.
Or they might care about eating and feeding people, and I mean, it's just so much more complex, and that's what I've learned through experiencing the people, because I might have been inclined to think, well, it's just a matter of your choice. You need to make better choices, and no, but it really is much more deep and much more complex than people making better choices. Okay, shit happens in life, man.
Understood.
That we can't even explain. You know what I mean? I was telling people, I had a conversation with this brother the other day, man, and I was asking him about this other person in the community, and by the time the brother got through telling me the story, I was like, oh, shit, okay, I understand. I get it. If I was judging that person's behavior without benefit of knowing their story, of course, the behavior is bizarre. What the hell are you doing? But when you get the backstory, it's like, oh, okay, I get it.
No, I understand.
Good. All right. So how can people follow you on social media?
It's Prince Dynast Amir on Instagram, Facebook, and also if you go to dynastamir.com, again, dynastamir.com, all of my information, social media, everything pull up right there too.
Dynast Amir, and that's DYNAST
AMIR.com.
And that's your real name.
That's my real name.
I believe that too. That's a cool name, man.
Thank you.
Where your people from?
Sacramento, California.
Sacramento, okay. And that's in the California. Oh, everything makes sense, man.
Okay.
It's a beautiful thing. Yeah. Look here, man. It's time for us to raise up out of here.
Okay.
Sisters and brothers, and I see y'all on Monday, if the Lord say the same thing. Got a whole bunch of stuff going on around here, man. With the mural is being completed. The mural, which is being sponsored by Women Empowered, and it's just a dope organization of black women, and they commissioned this mural to be done on our new day shelter that is being opened in the next couple of weeks around here. People are busy down there working on that now. And I'm waiting on the man to come and bring us a new organ, man, and bring us an organ to the church. And we getting ready to get real churchy up in here. Yeah, I'm talking about. So I look forward to seeing you on Sunday if you got an opportunity to come through. If not, check us out as we broadcast live on Facebook as well as YouTube and Twitch. And just get with us and roll with us. And as it relates to everything else, man, make sure you come through if you know people who need a 30-pound box of food. We sharing 30-pound boxes of food every Sunday at 12:30, about 2:30. Just come through. If you don't need it, come through, pick it up, and give it to somebody who does. All right? And, of course, if you need a hot meal, and you know people who need a hot meal, send them through Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 12 to 3. We serving it up like that as well, seeing about the community, because that's what we do. All right? Much love to my guests who came through this morning, Devin and Dane Harris from Grandma Hands. Make sure you get at them. Them some of the best cupcakes I ever had in my life. I ain't even lying. It's just a perfect match between the cake and the frosting, and it just melds together. Just it's wonderful. Make sure you get at them, and make sure you follow my dear brother, Dynast Amir, That's dynasamir.com. Stop playing around. Get a tour. Take your ass back to Africa or something. You know what I'm talking about? I'm trying to go. You know what I'm talking about? I want to go to the Gambia, though.
I've been there. I've been there several times.
I want to go.
Nice.
I need to know when you do your next tour that way, man. I might want to roll with you.
Right now, we're scheduled on April 19th through the 29th back to Sierra Leone, and August 9th through the 19th we're going back to Nigeria. I'm in Senegal, but I'm not sure if we'll go to the Gambia.
Sound dope, man. Y'all travel safe. All right. Peace to peace.